Once upon a time, a 10-12-year-old boy lived with his parents in a village. So one day, the boy goes to his grandfather's village after many years. He goes there and plays with his grandfather all the time. So one day while playing, he told his grandfather that when I grow up, I will prove to be very successful. Can you tell me some ways to become successful? His grandfather looks at him smilingly and tells him yes. He takes him to a plant shop where small plants were available. From there, his grandfather buys 2 small saplings and returns home. After coming home, he plants one of the plants in a big pot and keeps that pot inside the house and plants the other plant outside the house. Then he asks his grandson, "What do you think? Which plant will be able to grow well in the future?" The child thought a little and told his grandfather that the plant we have planted inside the house will be able to grow well because inside the house it will be safe from every problem. And the plant we have planted outside is at risk of many things, like the plant is also at risk from strong rays of the sun, storms, heavy rains, and animals. His grandfather smiled and told him that let's see what happens to these 2 plants in the future. Then after 4 years, the boy again goes to his grandfather's house. After seeing grandfather, he again asks him that, "Grandfather, last time I asked you how to be successful in life, but you didn't tell me anything. But now you have to tell me." His grandfather smiled and told him, "Sure, but first let us look at the 2 plants that we had planted a few years ago." Saying this, his grandfather took him to the same place where he had kept the plant inside the house. He saw that the plant had become a big plant. Then he went to the place where he had planted the second sapling outside. They saw that that small plant had now become a very big and huge tree. Its branches were very strong and long, and its shadow was falling on the entire ground. Now the boy's grandfather looked at him and asked him to tell which plant has become bigger and stronger, which plant has become more successful. The boy said, "The plant which we had planted outside." "But grandfather, how is this possible? This plant has cured many dangerous situations. Many problems might have arisen on this. But still, how did this plant become such a big tree?" His grandfather looked at him and said, "You are right. The plant that we planted outside must have faced many problems, and by dealing with those problems, it has become so big and huge. And now he can grow his branches as much as he wants. And the problems like storm and heavy rain make it so. And because of this, today he has become a huge tree, and now all these problems are small in front of him." Then his grandfather looked at him and told him that, "Son, always remember one thing. Unless you struggle in your life, unless you go through difficulties, you cannot achieve success in your life. If you always make comfortable choices in your life, you will not be able to grow as much as you could. And if you are ready for problems, always ready for struggle, then it will not be impossible for you to achieve any destination, and then even big problems will seem small to you." After hearing this, the boy took a deep breath and then started looking towards that huge and big tree. His grandfather's words were echoing in his mind. We consider friends, problems, obstacles, difficulties as enemies of our life. But these obstacles, these difficulties make us stronger and more successful in our life. And someone has said that if you are not facing problems in your life, then understand that you are on the wrong track. So friends, if you want to spread this story to more people, then like this video so that YouTube can spread this video to more people. And if you like the story, then do subscribe to the channel. I will meet you next time with a similar story. So be patient, be thankful, and move ahead in life.